What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. Our friendly neighborhood data miners are back again, and they're dropping all sorts of information about characters, some that we know, but we got some more information about said characters, and even a little bit of information about an unknown character, plus much more. So there's no time like the present. Let's start off with this. Again, all the information comes from a data miner. So here we go. Lysol here says, first up, Joker and Pickle Rick had a bunch of sound effects added in this patch. Joker also had some move names that were found in the files, and they are called Pogo and Crowbar. Okay, I think Crowbar is pretty self-explanatory. Yes, I think we all agree on that. But what about Pogo? Is Joker going to be jumping around on a pogo stick, or is this something different? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but at least there's a little bit more information about Joker's upcoming moveset, even if it's just the name. But I think we can kind of infer some stuff from that. But a little bit more about Pickle Rick here. Pickle Rick actually received updated voice lines in this patch. And Lysol said that's kind of poor timing because, the whole thing that's going on with Justin Roiland and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, so I guess it is what it is. But the takeaway, Pickle Rick should have at least some different voice lines than Rick. So I'm sure because it's still kind of the same character that they will have regular Rick will still have some of those voice lines that regular Rick uses, but Pickle Rick will probably say it as well. But Pickle Rick, the character, will also have unique voice lines. And this doesn't mean like anybody came in to voice new lines. No, they just probably most likely ripped new lines from Rick and Morty that they haven't used yet, and they're just going to apply that specifically to Pickle Rick. At least they're trying to make him feel different and unique, giving him voice lines and all that stuff, different movesets, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I can't show the leaked moveset, but it looks kind of fun. It looks kind of fun, kind of how I envisioned. Talked about that in a video last week, so there's that. But continuing on here, Lysol now tells us Joker, character number 28, was added to the character select code this update. Okay. But Pickle Rick is not there yet. Yet Joker's moveset description isn't either. So it's kind of unclear who's next. It could be either. So both characters had progress that kind of leads us to believe one of these two, this is the takeaway, one of these two, Joker or Pickle Rick, will be the next character. If not, they will both be the next two characters to come out, but at least one of them should be the next characters, unless barring some random strange turn of events where they're like, oh yeah, surprise, here's this character. Unless that happens, I don't know, but Joker or Pickle Rick should be next regardless. But now a little information about an unknown character. So Lysol here tweeted out, it seems that there is a placeholder for the character 26 upcoming Multiversus fighter. They seem to be based off of Shaggy, but it is unknown as there is also elements of Taz in his character asset. All we know is that he will have a parry and then either like a dash or like some sort of super dash attack. There will also be armor and a meter. So we don't know who the character is, but Lysol did say twice his and then he. So I guess we got another male fighter upcoming. In terms of who this could be, Perry, I don't know. I initially thought Samurai Jack with his sword kind of deflecting an attack, kind of like maybe a counter kind of attack. I'm not sure about a dash or super dash, maybe armor on a startup for a big sword swing, something like that, and then a meter. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this one plays out, but it does seem, and when Lysol says that they seem to be based off of Shaggy, it doesn't mean it's like a Shaggy clone. It could just be they are using Shaggy as the base model, and there are some properties of Shaggy that are kind of being borrowed put into this new character, but it's going to be twisted and turned around a little bit. So they might seem a little similar to characters already on the roster, but hopefully the moves and the animations are just unique and different. So It's just how development works. They take a character for a base model, they use that, and then they tweak it to make it into the new character. So it just helps development instead of creating from scratch, essentially. So it's interesting to note, but that's not all we got to talk about, because up next, Lysol here tells us that a Clark Kent string was added to this patch. This could indicate a skin for Clark Kent. So there you go. We heard about this like months and months ago. There's also supposed to be, I think, a Bruce Wayne skin, like Bruce Wayne himself, not Batman. And then I also think there's supposed to be like a Dr. Harley skin as well. So looks like we might be getting a little bit closer to the actual, I guess we'll say, human versions of these superheroes. So there you go with that. But also, here's a very big one. Here's an interesting one. Lysol tells us this. An upcoming voting feature in Multiversus. Declare an allegiance to a team and earn points to support them. Points are earned from matches. Immediately gain rewards by selecting a team. Claim additional rewards when the event completes, and the winning team earns an additional reward. So this is kind of interesting. It's been a while since I played Splatoon. Some people were kind of thinking this could be like Splatfest, I think that's what they call it, something similar to that, and you pick a team and kind of fight and you get points, and then you can take those points and earn rewards. I think maybe another way to put that, anybody that's played Smash Ultimate, and if you've ever done their Spectator Mode online, you basically get to take your gold in Smash and kind of put it on a character. And if that character or team ends up winning, you kind of get like a winning streak. And then if they win, you obviously get like an additional amount of gold, and then you can take that gold and exchange it in game. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this. So this could have something to do with just like spectating. You just kind of like watch somebody, and then you just kind of vote for them or a specific team to win, and then if they win, you also benefit from it. So it's kind of cool. I can't wait to see what else comes from this. But that is not all, because we're gonna finish off with something that I'm excited for, because I've been asking for this stuff for a long time. Heck, I even made another video last week about additional perks, please. So I can't show the image, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So Lysol here says there's an experimental Multiversus tank perk. Now the image did have the Wonder Woman logo, and it did say signature perk. So this could be a signature perk for Wonder Woman, and a tank perk could just be like the placeholder name for it. I don't know, but when you see the effect there, your fighter takes 20% reduced knockback while grounded. So if this is only for Wonder Woman, okay, I can understand that. But if they, like this, it's not set in stone that this will be a signature perk, even though the image shows that. So this could end up becoming some form of secondary perk, and I was thinking about that. So if the effect stays the same, your fighter takes 20% reduced knockback while grounded. Well, this is going to be kind of pointless on tank type of characters, right? Iron Giant, Wonder Woman, and Superman, to name a couple, right? Like, especially, think about this on Iron Giant. He already takes so much punishment that if he's now taking even more reduced knockback, he's essentially just going to be sitting in the same spot for an extended period of time while the opponent is just racking up damage and damage and damage. And then finally he's going to get knocked back. So, like, this perk might not be that great on tanks if they get caught in an attack and then they're constantly getting hit stunned. So if this perk ends up becoming a real thing, I'd be curious to see what kind of characters actually can make use out of this. Maybe tanks can still make use out of it, but it's just me. That's my first thought that came to my head. But either way, that is going to be it. If there's any more, maybe we'll make a part 2 for tomorrow for information from the data miners. But a lot of cool stuff in here. A lot of cool stuff. If it wasn't for Lysol or Shaggy Leaks, man, we would never have news about this game ever. So thanks to them for doing what they're doing. But either way, that is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.